Good day, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel where I dey teach different softwares for inside Pidgin. Why Pidgin? Why Pidgin be say e get so many videos wey dey out there wey dem dey use PP grammar carry teach these softwares. So I bring am down for everybody in Pidgin make e for dey easy for everybody to understand. So today we will look at one of the major softwares wey we dey use for almost every day for our life, and the name na Microsoft Word. My name na King Didam and welcome to Word in Pidgin. The chapter for today we go recover basically on font. Now under this font we go learn how to change our font size, the font style. We know how to bold our letters, how to change their case to uppercase, middle case or whichever case. Then we know how to change the color of anything we will type for Microsoft Word. The first thing to do now to open our Microsoft Word, of course. So I go touch my Windows button, then I go type Word. Then when I type Word, this is now the first interface we go open. This is now the first screen we go open. This place, it will show me the different options of the work wey I don open earlier in case I wan continue with them. So this na the last set of work wey I save in case I wan continue with them. But today we no dey continue with any old work, we dey start new work. So I go click on blank document. Okay, so make I show you example of the things dem wey we go dey do. Now today for Microsoft Word, dis na the few things wey we go dey look at. I talk about style, I talk about size, I talk about color and the others. So if you observe this very first line of things wey I type, which I type today in Microsoft Word, you go see am say the words or these letters dey very big, and at the end dem get underlined. Now if you look at this second line, you go see am say the size of this text, all of them dem dey the same size, but the difference be say this one dey very thick and this ones dem dey very light. So the next thing na this next line wey I type style. If you look at this style, you go see am say the way dem type their S, T dey different from the way dem type S for other cases. Now the next thing I go dey look at again na size. If you look at the size of this line, the size of this other line and the size of the line on top, you go see am say dem no dey the same. And again we go look at color. If you see this other one, you go see say the color dey in red while these other colors dem dey in black. So without plenty talk, make we begin on how we fit change all these things or how we fit play with all these things one by one. So firstly, I go go back to my Microsoft Word. This very statement. This is a beginner's tutorial on Microsoft Word. Stay tuned and you will learn a lot. Now make we see how we fit play with this thing wey we don type, make e dey like the other things wey I show us earlier. So the first thing we go dey look at na the size. If you look of this top there, if you observe this place, you go first see say we get wetin we dey call tab for inside Microsoft Word. So here we get the home tab, we get the insert, we get the draw, we get the design. So if you click on each of these tabs, dem go bring out different options for you. So we go start with the home tab. So under this home tab, e get where dem call font for this place. So now this is where you fit edit all your fonts or fit play with anything wey concern our font. So the first thing we go dey look at today na our text style, the style. So wetin I go do to play with my style, I go highlight. Make I highlight till this point. Now if you observe wetin I show us earlier, you go see am say this style dey different from this other style. So how we go fit do something like that? I go highlight this place, then I go come to this place and they call am the font, or might I say the font style. When I click on am, e go show me different options of the fonts wey dey for Microsoft Word or wey dey for my laptop. So if I know the name of the font I wan use, I fit come here, then I type the name of the font, Or if I no dey sure of the name of the font, I fit come here, then I come dey check to select the style wey dey okay for me, or make I highlight this other part, this Microsoft Word, so that you fit dey see the changes. So if I take am to this browse, you go see am say the font dey different from other ones. Na wetin I want, I go click on am. This one dem call am Algerian Bookman old style. So I will come down and I will choose anyone randomly. Okay, make I choose something wey dey entirely different. I go choose this font. So if you observe this font, you go see am say the way they write their M and other things, e dey very different from the way they write this other first one. So now how to change your font style with that. So the next thing now, our font size, the size of our text. The default size wey dey for here na 11. So if you, that is why if you observe say this size of this text and the size of this text, dem dey the same. But if this place, make we assume say this place suppose be our heading. This place suppose be our heading. So if e be our heading, that means the heading suppose dey bigger than our paragraph. So I go come here, I fit type the size I want. This is 11. So I fit increase, if I want increase the size to like 16, I fit type 16, and the size go increase to size 16. But in case I no get any specific size for my mind, I wan dey check till I see the one wey dey okay, I fit click on this point, then I start from my 14, or I fit go back to 8, depends on wetin I wan do. So I fit go to check out 22, 20, 22, and this one dey okay for me. I click am. So now you go see am say the size of this text wey dey for here, e dey bigger than the size of this one. That is because this one dey in 22 while this one dey in 11. Okay, but what if I wan increase the size by myself gradually? I no wan just come type, or I just wan dey observe am till e dey okay. I fit go to this place, then they call this place to increase the font size. This one then they call am to decrease. So if I want decrease this font size, I just need to really click on, and if you observe this place, you go see am say the moment I dey click this one, e dey change to tell me the size of font wey I don reach already. So I click on this font, the decrease font size, and it will decrease the size. Then I click on this increase font size, and it will increase the size automatically for me. So now the function of these two things wey dey here now be that. Now the next thing we go look at now, your text case. Now wetin I mean by text case, if you see this one, you go see am say, if you look this sentence, you go see say only this first letter dey in capital, then all the other ones dey in small letters. Then this very one, this one dey in capital letter, this other one again, e dey in capital letter, this one capital letter. So what if I wan make everything for this line dey in capital letter? So wetin I get to do, I go select the whole line, then I go to case, then I go see uppercase. Uppercase means capital, everything go be capital letter. So if I click on am, e go change everything here to be capital letter. We no get small letter inside this write up again. Then the next thing, I fit play with am again. I choose sentence case. Sentence case, e mean say na only the first letter when you dey start your sentence, only the first letter or after the full stop, na e go be capital letter. So if I click sentence case, only this first letter go be capital letter, then the rest go be small letter. And again, I fit say capitalize each word. That means the starting of each word, this is a beginner tutorial, the starting of each of those words go dey in capital letter. So if you observe this, the T dey in capital letter, the I dey in capital letter, A, B, T, O, M, W, and so on.